Hello everyone. So thank you for waiting. We had an audio issue, but I hope that we solved it. Thank you very much for coming here. It's a BGIN block number 8, and this is the 8th general meeting of that block governance initiative network. And the good news is that we have over 40 in-person registration and over 120 remote registration. Yeah, this is a all-time high number. And but we have a very wide range of the topics we discussed at block number 8. And up first of that opening plenary, so I will take that just 20 minutes for the entire opening plenary to go to that first keynote speech. And I will ask Andrea to give us some welcoming remarks.
Okay. Thank you, Shin'ichiro. It's a very pleasure. I've been asked to help organizing this. I'm organizing a parallel workshop here at Financial Cryptography, which is a quite important, quite interesting main conference. It's very nice to have all the people here. There is a good concentration of experts in different domains. So it's a very fortunate, I guess, a very good idea, Shin'ichiro, to organize the block 8 here together with the conference and the several workshops. It is quite good to have a good connection remotely with a lot of people that can interact dynamically with the conference, with this room. This meeting number 8 will run until Sunday. We have a very nice program that starts tonight in a couple of minutes. We've been a bit late for a couple of technical issues. And we start tonight with an invited speaker. Tomorrow night, the time is a bit unusual, at least here in Europe, but it's important because we cover several time zones. So we try to accommodate as many people as possible. Have a look at the program on the web and see all the possible meetings and roundtable that we have and attendees as well. So given that we are a bit late, I will start immediately with the invited speaker. First invited speaker today. We are, yeah. Sure. Do you want to give it? Yeah. So without wasting any more time, Shin'ichiro, please.
Okay, I would like to provide a very quick introduction to what BGIN is and what we are not doing, and so what we discussed during this 4 days. Okay, so the original idea we started blockchain governance initiative network is, and we didn't have that common understanding of the same things. For example, for the blockchain, decentralized, many kind of words are there in this world. But so we have four different types of stakeholders in this world, and the regulators, engineers, business entity, consumers. And so there is many headaches about that. So that healthy communication and lots of that healthy communication among stakeholders. For example, regulators would like to have some communication with the engineers, or for example, that's a Bitcoin core or something like that. But there's few connection and no common language between the two stakeholders. Blah blah blah. So, but we didn't have that good command understanding in the same world, and we don't have any good channel to establish that kind of command understanding. But so you know that the blockchain is especially for the permissionless blockchain technology, it's a good basis of the permissionless innovation, and the blockchain is so based on the mathematics. This is a very global one, not international. This is global one. And but at the same time, regulators and government would like to achieve the regulatory goals. So we need to achieve the 3 different types of goals at the same time. And we have a good example of that kind of complicated governance. So that is the internet is a successful case of that kind of governance. And so the internet governance has the entity of the internet society, internet engineering task force, ICANN for the resource management. And it's a kind of the multi-stakeholder governance. It's only one successful case of the good cause, this kind of global thing. And it's a good need for that having the common place for the discussion, the common language, and to have the harmonized incentive. And we need to learn from that, the history of the internet governance. And in 2019, 4 years ago, Japan was a host country of the G20. At the time, that G20 decided one interesting sentence for the in the community of the G20, and that FSB issued that report on the importance of this multi-stakeholder dialogue among stakeholders for decentralized finance. This is a fascinating sentences, and because that introducing multi-stakeholder governance might imply that decrease the power of the government. But anyway, this is a very interesting moment. And following that, this T20 communique, the blockchain governance initiative network was established in April 2020. So this is a quite similar idea as the Internet Engineering Task Force. So anyone can join without any permission to create a document. And we have the online discussions, and we have in-person meeting like this general meeting. And we technical and operational standard document and so on. And we have the 5 key activities. So we are using the online to create that document. And we are organizing bi-weekly meeting for each working group. And we host 2 or 3 in-person meeting like this and in the diversified location per week. And we have that we could provide the front of benefit for many stakeholders. So that part is the most important. So we have a common understanding among stakeholders, and for developers, that the developer can jointly create regulation-friendly technologies and program codes, and the developer could provide the influence to regulators, and that could educate regulators, something like that. And for regulators, so they can the state-of-the-art technology to solve regulatory issues, and the regulator can create a regulatory environment that for innovation, social, and the business for business entities. So they can input the business requirement for that some kind of standard or command, and they can obtain mature technology and code, program code agreed by regulators and engineers. And for users, everyone can have the transparency, the service. And we already organized 7 general meetings from November 2020. And this is the 7th one. So the first one was in Mumbai, and Paris, Washington, DC, Nairobi, Seoul, Tokyo, Zurich, Vancouver, and so this is the 8th meeting. And we already published 8 documents from identified and team as working group, and 1 document from the working group. We are now working on the editing the new 3 documents, IKP working group, and 2 documents at the decentralized treasury working group. And the main goal of this block number 8 is discussing emerging issues on regulation technology to find future collaborative work, identify multi-stakeholders, so including point of failure or stable points. So we experience the many behind the many hidden point of failures regarding stablecoin last year and this year, and the harmonization of the CBDC and blockchain, and DeFi and the DAO governance, and the wallet governance. This is another important issue to discuss, because the wallet could be the single point of failure in this world, and the data identity and so on, and the non-fungible token, and the other use cases. We will discuss that kind of thing to create a new document and to polish that existing document. And we have that plenary session. This is open plenary, so to explain that what we are doing and the introduction to the newcomers. And at the end of this block number 8, we will hold a closing plenary to wrap up our discussion. Working group and interactive sessions are the main part in activities of BGIN to create a common document. And we will discuss the document under development, and we will discuss future document development plan. So those sessions are held in May 5th, tomorrow, for the decentralized treasury working group, and on Saturday for the IKP working group. And we will discuss the future roadmap before the closing plenary. And we have the excellent keynote. The keynote one is for the financial financial matter, and by Matsuo and of the Urban Foundation on the future of private data money and its governance. And on day 3 we have another excellent keynote on the data identity by Alan Howard. And we have the 6 round tables to discuss the emerging topics. And then the day also in the morning, so we have the industrial session, a session by the event sponsor of this block number 8. And I would present thanks to the members of the organizing program committee to make this block number 8 happen. And so acting co-chairs of the BGIN, me and my Santa Maria. And the chairs of the identity privacy and working group, Natsakimura and Mitchell. And for the decentralized treasury working group, Leon and Ali as the co-chairs. And I would like to present thank you for the event sponsor, Casper Network and so this, and other level sponsors, DeepHive, Data Garage, NRI, Support, and MFT. And enjoy that BGIN block number 8. And I would like to ask the chair of each working group to introduce what each working group will discuss each of. Now, so for Mitchell, so could you provide 2 minutes summary of your data?
Hello everyone, thanks for it's okay. Firstly, thank you everyone for joining. Really excited for this BGIN block. It's my first BGIN block. However, the past 6 months of helping and facilitating the IKP working group has been an absolute privilege. I guess some of the more interesting and I guess.
Go ahead.
When I first joined BGIN, the current topic that we were analyzing and researching was soulbound tokens. And soulbound tokens is realistically where we see it is the reputation layer of the blockchain internet of value. And what I've seen from the BGIN working group has been phenomenal. We have published the soulbound token working study report, co-edited by Joseph Beverly and Mishi Kirashi. Another published paper is the selective disclosure by Kazuha, who is here today. Thank you for joining us. We also had an incredible paper on DeFi disclosure and regulation, which has actually then been further submitted to the CodeDeFi presentation, which was the FC conference that we joined earlier in the week as well. Now, with future papers in the IKP working group, what we have planned is soulbound token paper 2 on reputation economics, as well as more recently a soulbound token paper on KYC and identity. And I believe that KYC is one of those interesting topics where it's a high-risk environment, and it really does need this facilitation of multiple stakeholders across multiple jurisdictions in a blockchain environment. We're talking about borderless technology here. It's absolutely important that we get this right, which is why the IKP working group, Identity, Key Management and Privacy,
has actually had so much feedback and involvement by a whole bunch of people. Thanks for sharing a quick presentation. Where are we at now? So over the past 6 months, the IKP working group has had over 90 participants, different individuals come and join us, and yes, thank you. So as I was saying, we recently published selective disclosure, solvent tokens report 1, principles of DeFi disclosure and regulation, and then now we're going towards what's going on. Now we're going towards token economy and compliance. Over the next week, we'll be having a working group discussion around what's coming next for the IKP working group over the course of 3 days. Thank you so much, Alan, for coming and speaking about decentralized identifiers and SSI. The working group session will be speaking about future work, smart contract literacy, token economy of compliance. Jump into the next slide. And following on. I'm trying to make this quick because we're sort of running out of time. Wallet governance and key management. So also over the past 6 months, we've had guest presentations. So things like zero knowledge proofs have been discussed by Shadi, decentralized data storage by Chris, DAO governance by Ash, and a whole bunch of other interesting and fascinating topics have joined the working group. As I said, it's been one of the most involved working groups with over 90 participants and on average around 15 to 20 per call every 2 weeks. So it's been, really incredible to see the amount of involvement given the importance of the subject. And the final working, the final roundtable will be on solvent tokens, which was really what initiated my interest in this working group, and it's really great to continue that forward. Of course, we have a few remote participants. One of the interesting use cases is around wholesale certificates, where Deutsche Bank actually did something more recently with solvent tokens. Final slide. So thank you so much, and I really look forward to the discussion today and in the future.
Thank you very much. And at this moment, so Leon is not here, and I will switch to that the keynote speech. Andrea, so can you introduce Matsuo? Okay, so.
Okay.